Manchester United 1, Brighton 2. The Eric Ten Hag era kicks off with a defeat. Poor today, really poor today. Is that a sign of things to come, of where we're coming from versus where we want to go? There's obviously clearly a lot of work to do.
I think it's a frustrating result. Everyone's pissed off, and you can see why. But you got to see there's progress. There's definite progress in there. I think a lot of the ways we're building up, we're keeping the ball. I think first half hour they did the same thing they've done to Rangnick. First half hour they're good, and then 15 minutes, concede 2 goals, half time 2-0 down. But I think there's definite positives there. Like the centre back he's brought in, Martinez, brilliant performance, best player on the pitch. Harry Maguire, very good today. There's a few good performances, but overall you can see Ten Hag's working with a hand tied behind his back.
Is that what it is for you? It's not like looking at the new manager and saying, oh, he hasn't managed to have an impact. You look at it like the signings that he wanted, he hasn't got. We still have to roll out McTominay and Fred. A lot of people have been criticising Shaw today. It's almost like he's got not almost, he's got such a difficult job, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, start off with the midfield, McTominay and Fred. The reason that McTominay and Fred are playing the way they are, so you can see what Ten Hag's doing so far. He's making McTominay play higher up. His role is to get close to the striker, in this case Eriksen today, and try and be that presence to try and unsettle the defensive line, so it'd be an option between the lines. McTominay hasn't got that in his locker. He's best driving forward, not getting on the half turn. He can't do it. But he has to do that because he can't come deep and pick the ball up off the defence. And so Fred's got to do that, and you see Fred's not very consistent with it.
They're both just not good at that role.
Yeah. They've both got roles that are the best roles they can play in this team in the way Ten Hag wants to play, but they're not good enough at it. So that's why he wants De Jong to replace Fred, and then he wants someone else to replace McTominay. Imagine he's got Paul Pogba instead of Scott McTominay in that role today. Think about how much better that would be. But no, he's working with a hand tied behind his back, and he's still got McTominay and Fred. They're not good enough at the roles they've got. And Luke Shaw on the left back, you know, he's in there probably for his physicality, probably because he's a really good technical player. But if he doesn't want it mentally, what's the point? Malacia, yes, he's small. Yes, he's probably going to get beaten in the air. But today, he's playing up against Tariq Lamptey. If anyone's losing to Tariq Lamptey a header, that's embarrassing. The guy's
both small.
The guy's like this high. No, I think Malacia could have done a better job today, big time.
Yeah. What did you expect? Did that shock you? What you saw today? Because people were saying, look, the signings, we know that. We want Frenkie de Jong, we haven't got him. What's going on with Ronaldo? We know that. But it's almost like you're driving up and you're thinking, right, but the players can still buy into what he's doing. And did that level of performance shock you with how bad it was at times? And I know you said there were some good moments, but did it shock you?
Honestly, no. I think if you look at from the manager's perspective, you get Ten Hag in. Obviously, his philosophy, everything he does is dependent on playing with the ball. So most of the work, most of the training sessions he's going to have done are going to be working with the ball at their feet. And you can see that in the way we move the ball the first half an hour, the sort of first 15, 20 minutes of the second half. It's much better. The players are playing 1 and 2 touch passes. When Maguire and Martinez are carrying the ball out from defence, it's not like they're looking up, looking around, where's the ball, where's the option going to come from? They know if Dallow's marked, it's fine. I've got time, just relax. Sancho will come off the wing. There'll be space there for him to receive the ball. If they don't play that pass and Sancho loses it, fine, yeah, that's a problem because you can't lose it there. We're in trouble. But at least you can see from the back there's a bit more composure, there's a bit more idea. They know what they're supposed to be doing. It makes a massive difference that they've got some ideas. And you can see already, like, I'll be honest, people around me maybe sitting in the stadium, people aren't too patient with things. Like a lot
of people around me were fuming. I was like, right, it's one game. And it was bad, but come on.
But we want new ideas. We've seen Martinez taking goal kicks. We'll break it down tomorrow with the in the studio in terms of why you'd want a centre-back taking your goal kicks with the keeper stood 5 yards away and other centre-back 5 yards the other side. It's a new idea, makes a difference, and people are screaming as soon as he passes it to De Gea. He has the ball 2 seconds, people are telling him to boot it, and obviously he boots it and he's not the best with his feet, so it's going to go to the Brighton player. But there's new ideas, there's Dalot tucking in, there's Shaw tucking in, there's things, you can see new things coming on the pitch, which is good, and at times it worked. But if you think about looking at Liverpool and City, how many times when they score a goal after a sequence of possession, is it one pass where it's maybe a metre away from getting intercepted? It's so close, fine margins. If they lose that, it's a dangerous situation because their fullbacks are tucked in and their defence is exposed. Today, it's the first game under a new manager. We're trying those things. We lose the ball, fine margins. They just about get the interception. They come and score. And that's for me why the first goal was not such a big problem. Yes, we conceded. But really, it's from a pass that is fine margins. If we don't, if that pass comes off, maybe we go and score, maybe something happens. But those things are going to happen when you get a new manager, a whole new way of playing. The problem is he's working with his hands tied behind his back, hasn't got the players he wants. But at the very least, it may not be the result we want, but we can see some progress.
That's what I was going to say about the transfer window. Like, how important is it now in what's remaining to get some players and who should they be?
100%. You can see the 2 positions that need the most improvement, those 2 midfield positions. You can't have Fred being the one to come deep, collect the ball every time when he's so inconsistent with the ball at his feet. Every single time You know for a fact he's going to give it away. He's not consistent. There was one time, to be fair as well, De Gea, obviously I've said enough times, he needs to replace him, but he's given that ball to Fred in the edge of his box. He shouldn't have given the pass, but then Fred, if you're going to lose it, just kick it out of play. Don't give it to the Brighton player. You've got to be able to do better than that. And McTominay in his role, to be fair, I know a lot of people are going to criticise McTominay for being invisible today. His role is not to come deep and collect the ball. I think that's something that people have got to be patient with. In this system now, it's not a case of players not wanting the ball. Players are playing, they're staying in positions that they've been told to stay in. The job of the rest of the team is that the whole unit works together to get the ball in the right places. So McTominay not coming deep to get the ball isn't a problem. What is a problem is that when he gets it, he can't get on the half turn and play it in behind. That's the problem. So yeah, don't criticise McTominay for not coming deep. You can criticise him for not having the minerals to get on the half turn or whatever, but be patient in terms of you need to get Ten Hag the signings. Get someone that can get on the half turn, maybe get Eriksen in that position, but to do that, you need someone who can actually collect the ball so that Eriksen doesn't have to play Fred's role. So that's where Frankie de Jong comes in. In the McTominay role, look, that's where you want Pogba. Maybe Donny van de Beek can come in, but I think in terms of Donny van de Beek, he's the sort of player that you bring in once your team's sorted, once your team's settled.
It's every time he comes in, he's coming into absolute chaos and carnage, or he's either been playing with the second team or coming on like that when we're 2-0 down, or he never gets a chance to kind of be like the cherry on top, does he?
Exactly. I mean, you look at certain players, you look at the likes of Marcus Rashford, and he's the sort of player that under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, he's the one player that you look at to make a difference, try and score a goal. Under Ten Hag, that's not what we want. It's about the team, about the collective. Individual players have got their roles, they've got to do things. Donny van de Beek eventually, hopefully, can slot into that. His role, he's not going to be a Bruno Fernandes, he's not going to get 40 assists, he's not going to hit 50-yard balls to someone at the back post, they score a volley. Yeah, he's a facilitator, he creates space for other players.
And he did that well when he come on, I thought.
He did that really, really well. But you can't bring him into a team to start games like this when they don't quite know what they're doing. He's the perfect player to bring on with 20 minutes to go if you need a goal. He's brilliant in the final third, he can create space for everyone else. That's his job. But he's not there to take over what Scott McTominay's doing at the minute. So get him some signings, please.
That's all, man.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bro.